Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, just want to make this clear, and this is especially since recently in wrestling, um, and a lot of people, unfortunately, they think like apparently dream matches is what makes a good wrestling, or apparently wrestling's supposed to be about dream matches or whatever. That's doesn't. First of all, here's what I'm trying to say. Any match can be a dream match if there's a legit good storyline behind it. Okay? If you have a good storyline behind these matches, any match could be must see, and it's a match that you want to see as dream matches. Sure, it's fine to have a fantasy idea in terms like, oh, I want to see these two wrestle, but like, it only works if the match only works if there's legit a story and there are two great characters. Unfortunately, recently, and again, I don't mind the idea of Edge versus Styles. The problem with that is there's not a story behind it. There's not a legit good story behind it or a reason for why this happened. This is just happening because, it's a dream match. And then fans want to see it. And then WWE decide, let's give the fans what they want. Which wrestling's not supposed to be about dream match. It's not supposed to be what fucking smarks want. It's supposed to be what's good for television. Okay? Imagine if a show like Cobra Kai, I want to see Chosen versus Terry Silver. They just have a fight instead of them building up to the fight. Do you not know what sense does that make? That doesn't make any sense? It's kind of that scenario, okay? A dream match only works when there's a story. If any, by that logic, that's why matches back in the day, Hogan versus The Rock worked because there was a story behind it. Their interaction at No Way Out 2002 and leading to their interaction on Monday Night Raw the next night, what Hogan did to The Rock, the NWO and Hogan, what they did, that Raw after No Way Out, leading to WrestleMania 18. That made sense. Okay? That made sense. That's what made, and no wonder why matches like The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, that is a dream match. But guess what? You want to know what made it a dream match? A story. A story between those two wrestlers. A story between those guys. That made you want to see that match. Okay? Simple as that. Nowadays, we got sadly matches that, I want to have a good match with you. Like recently, Smarks, they wanted to see Styles versus Nakamura because it happened in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And it happened because without a reason, without building towards that match, it just, of course, sure, Nakamura won the Rumble. But he didn't challenge Styles because he hated him. He challenged him because it was a match that the fans wanted instead of building to the feud. Instead of reason. Okay? Imagine if Batista, after he won the Rumble and challenged Triple H, without building up to it, Triple H, he's trying to make sure that he doesn't lose the title to Batista, his own team member, and did all these mind games. Instead of that, let's just Hunter, I respect you. I want to face you at WrestleMania because I want to be the world champion and I want to have a good match with you. Do you not know how much that makes no sense and that doesn't make good television? You have to understand that dream matches don't make a show good. What makes a dream match a legit dream match and makes it good, it's a story. That's the problem now with Styles versus Edge. And that's what pisses me off. Especially now you have Edge turning heel. You're having Edge turn heel because, there needs to be a needed heel versus face match. But the problem, but that's the thing, that's the problem, there's no legit story for this match. This is just happening because the fans wanted it, and WWE decided they want to give the fans a dream match. And there's no story behind this match. Besides, Edge now turning heel. Even though, wouldn't it make sense? There was something to lead to Edge turning heel on Styles or something? Because, Edge, first of all, Edge should not be turning heel. Why is he turning heel when literally, after coming back, after returning from a devastating injury, he's the veteran. Shouldn't he be the face, just like kind of like a Shawn Michaels role? Shouldn't Styles be the one turning heel? Especially like there's actually a given story for this match. Styles got injured by Edge during his first when he came back during the Royal Rumble. Their interaction to past Royal Rumble. What could have also made this intriguing and made this work is maybe in the Rumble match back in, like if they add Edge in the Rumble, maybe they interacted. That would have made sense. Or heck, Edge should have been in the Elimination Chamber match, and you could have had with their interaction, based on their interaction, maybe one of them eliminates each other. That would lead to WrestleMania, a simple WrestleMania. That's what fucking Chamber matches, Royal Rumble matches, are supposed to be. But unfortunately, wrestling nowadays is all about, I want, and apparently what's good enough for WrestleMania is that, we need to have a dream match with these guys, just because the fans want it. It makes no sense at all. It takes away the point of what actually legit is a person's dream match. If anything, any match can be a dream match if there's a legit good story. Dream matches are supposed to be matches that you can't wait to see, like, man, I can't wait to watch this and stuff like that. Sure, the idea of dream matches is nice, like, two wrestlers you want to see interact, but they need to have a story. If if you think about it, and if anything, a dream match that happened that came true recently was Undertaker versus Goldberg. We wanted to see that match because it was like streak versus streak, right? But guess what happened? This match, they based off match because it's a match that never happened before, and it's a dream match. Instead of basing a feud off of that, instead of making it a feud. They didn't develop a story for that match. The match only happened because, it happened before, and Undertaker says, I don't want the family man Goldberg, I want the unstoppable Goldberg. And then fucking Undertaker, it made no sense. Okay? And it's just like, really? Oh, I want the old, like, come on. Styles and Edge want the old Styles? Like, it makes no sense. Like, come on here. And yeah, given, like, wrestling matches supposed to be about stories, man. You gotta build up to the feud. Let's see if Undertaker Goldberg, if it was built up better, maybe the feud, because even though, yes, it happened too late, but, like, if you think about it, what made him that match interesting is maybe, like, remember when Undertaker came back to Raw after Mania, even though it was stupid, like, back in 2019, he was being up alive, so maybe some jobbers go to try to attack Undertaker. Maybe Goldberg would come out, help Undertaker, and then they would have their face off, and maybe fucking Goldberg would be like, I could feel that electricity and shit, and I never faced The Undertaker. I never forgot what you did to me back in the Royal Rumble 2017, eliminating me. You could base the feud off that, simple. And then that would lead to, him challenging Undertaker at the Super Showdown. Given that, yes, what happened in that match, unfortunately, yeah, I'm not going to complain about that. But maybe that match would have still been must-see if you build it up as a story. And that's, if anything, that's like a dream match, right? Before what happened. But, like, that would make people care, And people wanted to apparently see that match, because that was a dream match. But what would make that match work if there was a story, and maybe people would actually cared about that a bit more. The problem with this match, and unfortunately this is a match that smarks, they only care about dream matches, and that's unfortunate problem nowadays. Like, people like to see dream matches of people, but, like, you guys need to understand that wrestling is not supposed to be about dream matches. There's supposed to be a story involved in these matches, okay? You can't, because how the match, like, caring about the match is not good for TV. You need to actually have a story behind it and make people care. Because if that's the case, then, like, fucking wrestling won't be good, that's just something I have to say. Alright? Overall, stop pretending to care. Stop caring so much about dream matches. Dream matches only work when there's a story. Okay? Just want to say that. Just make that perfectly clear. Till next time, peace. Yeah, bye.